I can start recording. Ms. Knapp, we're ready whenever you are.
Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. Ms. Kraft, will you call roll?
Mr. Grumbles. Ms. Knapp.
Here.
Mrs. Faust.
Here. We'll do a pledge of allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first on the agenda is public comment. Do we have any comments from the public? Mr. West, would you like to talk? So, are we able to order the baskets? Are we ready to do that?
No, we're not ready today.
Okay, why is that?
We are still, we reached out to the vendors and we have the proposal. We do not have a design in place yet. I emailed the board last week to see if we could look at going to a permanent option for the disc golf as opposed to doing a temporary for now and then a permanent, as that would be, those two phases would be more costly to the township. So Silas and I are just trying to put a whole package together, and we're hoping to do that for the 21st meeting.
When you've done tournaments here or events here previously, where did you get the baskets?
Those were baskets that were permanent basket basically set into.
And is it not possible to borrow the baskets for the tournament you're looking for in October?
It's possible.
Michelle, don't we have a vendor and some baskets that were like white from a certain manufacturer? I can't.
We do. We're just pending legal on that.
What is it again? Okay, I couldn't remember.
So we need to understand the liability if we need to have signage since we have a pedestrian path around here. There's a couple other factors for us before we would order those. And then also just our understanding from the board is that my understanding the trustees approved to move forward with a disc golf course for Township Hall Park, which is what we're working on. It's just, unfortunately, I just don't know how we're going to get it ready for one tournament. However, this will be used for indefinitely over the next, however many years.
But the cost is like $6,000, correct?
For the 6 of, I don't.
Is it for how many? But isn't it possible just to order? We discussed ordering the baskets and having them so then we can work on the course later.
That's correct, but I would have that ready for we would have that ready for the 21st meeting.
Was he in favor of ordering the baskets at this meeting?
And I just got off the phone with him and explained our situation too, and That's not what I heard about having a special meeting. It was my understanding that we could do it at the next meeting. I just cannot guarantee those baskets are gonna be ready by Tom's tournament.
Oh, yeah, they might not be ready, but since the season is running out, I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna order them sooner or later. Why couldn't we just do a
We need,
approval?
before we would purchase something, we need to have a legal review on that.
We can't purchase baskets?
Well, we can, but we couldn't install them.
Yeah, but can't we just order them and so they're ready to go and then we wait on the legal? Because we're
But
gonna.
it sounds like they can't be set up temporarily. These baskets cannot, they don't have like a tripod base, correct? It's only one singular post that goes into the, so we cannot use these baskets unless they're in their final spots.
You can.
But are we in favor of ordering them regardless? Are we going to do this or is this?
My understanding is, I think my understanding is we're doing it. We just weren't sure. There's a couple different options and colors and that kind of stuff. I don't believe those decisions had been made. We want to make sure we make
And to quote Dennis said,
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, it's $6,000 and we're gonna do it regardless. And, I mean, isn't that within, can't Mr. Bowers approve that amount on his own? It's within
Yes.
the amount, correct?
Yeah.
So he couldn't.
and 6,000 is how many baskets?
it would be about a dozen.
But we still do need legal to review. Is that before we would install them, but not
Yeah,
before we
exactly.
purchase them, correct?
Possibly before we install or review, of course. But to order the actual baskets, we don't need a legal review. I mean, it's kind of like if you're going to install a fence at your house and you're waiting on the final survey. Well, you can still go ahead and order the
Yeah,
fence. 'Cause you know
I
you're
think
putting it in.
we'd like to try to package it all in one. So we would order the baskets, have the design, and go with it all. But
But why?
if the board wants to piecemeal it, we can. It just those baskets will just have to be held somewhere we can find room for them until we can get them
So that
ready.
they don't walk away. while
Yeah.
we're waiting for them
Yeah.
to be installed.
Yeah, but
What's
hopefully
the
we'll
lead-
have the design approved soon.
And what's the lead time on the baskets from when you place the order to when they're here?
You go through that.
Yeah, so it's already a considerable
Rich
delay.
Sharpsmith is, somebody helped me with the tournament last year. Who has a garage, who has a garage, and so. It's where these two baskets aren't working right now.
And I appreciate that, but it's their township property, so I would want to store township materials on township property.
But if there's a month lead time, then certainly we would have the legal and the course ready to go within, I hope, a month.
Yeah, I mean the course layout of the design is still in the works. As there's a couple holes, couple spots. I know about the terms that we're concerned with, as two of them are going towards private property and one goes over our parking lot. So we'd worry about our township vehicles. So there still needs to be something maneuvered around that. And then our concern is if we put them out now, and we have to move them, then it could be more holes, more concrete. Just again, rather just take the time to really have a good plan in place.
But if we're going to order them regardless, if it takes a month, like I said, it's like if you're building a fence at your house, while you're waiting for your survey, you would have already ordered the fence pieces because then they're ready to go when your survey is completed or whatever.
And it's like old saying, if you sit at home and wait until all the lights are green, you're never gonna.
Very true. Yeah. I mean, we could give a consensus to go ahead and have that. There's some what's the brand? Dynamics, Dynamics, and they didn't have any black ones, but they had some white ones, and they have the orange.
And we pulled a couple other. We have a couple other quotes, as that's typically our practice to see
Yeah.
what the
It's
most.
the best deal.
Yeah, is that the vendor that we plan on moving forward with? Silas?
It is. There's the wrap, the band on top of the basket is something that we have the opportunity to brand and spruce it up a little bit, if you will. So we're still looking at that as well. I don't have a design on that yet, but I'd like to present that to the board if we have enough time to do so. So again, we can do it, as Ms. Bonnie has alluded to, do it in one fell swoop and do it efficiently and do it the right way.
What do you mean branding? On
Putting
Orange
our
Township
Orange Township
around the top.
our logo.
It says the whole, it says Orange Park.
But we have to order that when we place the, that could be done separate? Is it
There are
more
some
cost?
sources that will say, hey, we're gonna do it all at once, so you can order all the signs, and order all the baskets, and then the knowledge here, which is cheap. So if you're using the course, it'll say this one, it's really 380.
So it's a decal?
The goal is not to order the signs. Sign, I think, this one to use for it.
I think we're hoping to just do one layout. So again, if we have the time, we have the expertise to review the proposal, we won't have to keep moving them because again, it's more holes, more concrete. The signage, if we know what the layout's going to be, we can order the signage and the baskets all at once. We typically don't do this in a piecemeal approach. So when we present something to you guys for a project, it's all in one.
Right, but that's when you're doing like major projects like a roof or something where the public isn't waiting for a roof to be installed. They could care less,
You have to look at this, one thing.
Yeah. And you're still looking at, even if we ordered them now, it's at least 30 days. It could be 2 months. And if we wait another month,
I mean,
or 2
yeah,
weeks.
things definitely time this. I mean, just like the adult changing room. I mean, that's going to take some time for us to construct. It's not going to be.
Oh yeah, but it's not like people are dying to get the adult change room. And this is the chance for kids to have recreation. And by the time it gets in, the ground's going to be frozen. And I mean, if we're going to order the baskets anyway, why can't we just order them this week and then have them ready and while we're going through the rest? It just makes sense.
Sorry, Lisa, just so I understand. So we would order the baskets now, store them until we have the design completed.
Yeah, but hopefully we would have the
Hope is
design
the-
done within a
By the
month.
time the baskets get here.
Yeah, how many are we planning on not installing this till?
Well, the design
next
is not
year?
done. There's still a couple.
Yeah, but it will be.
Yes.
Is it going to take 3 more months to get the
No,
design done?
but again,
So we would have the. Like I said, the fence. It's not like you'd be like, well, we're going to wait on the survey and then you're ready to install, and then we didn't order the fence. I mean, or kitchen cabinets or whatever. You have to start well in advance. Like, you think you're going to have your kitchen redone and order the cabinets and get the labor, you got to have a timeline of everything so it kind of meshes. But
So I think if it's a month out, so today's September 6th. So in theory, they'll be here on October 6th. Your tournament is the 15th.
Yep.
So that gives us a week or so. But hopefully, if we're ready to get the.
it's worth a shot.
so I guess my question is to the board is: are we trying to do this before Tom's tournament, or are we trying to just have a disc golf course?
Well, either way, I mean, you can't guarantee if
I
they would
I
be
don't want to
installed.
promise anything.
Yeah, we can't guarantee they would be installed by then.
Yeah.
But
So you would probably need to have the backup of borrowing the baskets.
yeah. Yeah, and how late can concrete be installed typically?
With the weather the way it is these days, I think we're okay.
Yeah.
End of October at least.
Oh yeah, right, but not like November, December. I can just see this getting pushed out till next spring, which is what's going to happen unless we get moving on this. I mean, like everything else, just everything gets pushed back. This is just something very simple that we can offer the residents and the kids a chance to do recreation. It's $6,000. It's compared to what's our annual budget, Ms. Kraft?
For what?
What's our annual budget total for the township?
Oh, for the township,
Yeah,
about
just
27.
yeah. So it's really literally a drop in the bucket.
Miss Knapp, just for clarification purposes, the proposal Mr. West has thrown out to us, once we get into pouring tee boxes and adding signage and whatnot, we're in the $20,000 to $30,000 range. So as Miss Bonnie alluded to, there is a piecemeal approach to it, which is part of the reason for the holistic approach for the park and for the course and everything. So it isn't just a one price tag right now. There is additional costs coming down the road.
What are the additional costs?
Again, pouring concrete pads, signage for the main course sign, and signage for each hole as well.
Right, so,
So that $8,000.
yeah. So 8,000 for the signs in the baskets. So what's the other 22,000? Is that correct?
I'm sorry,
Yeah, that's just if you're,
But how late? Yeah, and so, but how late in the year can you pour concrete, Mr. Bowers?
that's the one.
All right, what's the temperature, like 50 or something? What does it have to be?
Based on ground temperature. And right now it's dependent on concrete place.
Mhm.
Depending on those two factors, weather, ground surface temperature.
So you're not really planning on having this done for like another 9 months, pretty much?
I didn't say that.
That's what I'm yeah. I mean, can't that be done? You can install them,
posts themselves.
right, but they can't they be installed temporarily though, like you were saying?
Yes. You
Okay,
just have to. No.
But I think
Unless-
it would be best to get the permanent spots, at least for the baskets, if at all possible.
yeah, but at least get the sign. I mean, can we just,
Correct. And if my understanding is we were just leaving those holes off
Yeah, we would do 6 first.
until that pond project is done, so we get it in the right spot.
And just a question, just clarify, because I know that I had talked to Mr. Bowers a couple months ago about some stuff they were working on a different solution that was an 18-hole course. So is that off the table then if we do this course
That's
here?
correct.
Okay. So we're going to go from an 18-hole course to an 11. How many holes here?
9
And a practice.
Three putting holes.
So they would kind of be two different courses. My different team.
here, yeah.
And why why was that decided versus going with the 18-hole course?
Where's the 18-hole course at?
We were
Where is
working
it?
on a partnership that we weren't ready to release. It was it was-
Bill Kenyon and
Yeah.
Blue Center Road area.
mhm.
But, I mean, this is a beautiful spot to have it. We don't,
Yeah.
there's no active recreation here. I'm not that I want a water back road, right? But this is a good use versus, playground or something like that. It's just a very beautiful, area.
My prediction is once this course,
Yeah.
whereas people are using them.
Yeah.
Brown, that's a Delaware County.
Yeah. It's a starter course, right?
It's not a demand for salt in the area. Basketball. Unless they did. Yeah. A lot of fun.
Yeah, so it's like a mini course, like there was, what's
It's like a
the,
putt-putt course, right? Compared
yeah,
to a regular golf
kind
course.
of, yeah, I mean, sort of like, yeah, like at Little Bear, didn't they have when
I
had
have
golf-
one now. They just opened it up.
Did they?
Mhm.
Okay.
I agree. I think it'll be a really nice amenity at Township Hall. I guess for
We
the
just wanna
board,
do
we
it
just
the right
need,
way.
yeah, we just need time to do it the right way.
Yeah, but again, the Bassett's order still ensures that I mean, if they're a month out, and who knows, it could be longer. I mean, with everything going
Yeah,
on.
and the shortage or the supply shortage, and to Silas's point, I mean, if somehow it has to come into the spring, it's going to be out of our control given if there's a concrete.
Exactly. So,
So-
which is why we need to get started. Like I said, like using my fence example, you want to order everything when you can, and it's a small cost. I mean, are you okay with the consensus to go ahead and have Silas order the
That's fine.
baskets? And I kind of like the white. There was a white one, and it had white with an orange center. And then there was, what were the other colors? There's no black, but the white looked like it would kind of fit in. What were the other colors? There was like a lime green. And then
So
white.
do we not want to use our branding colors?
I think it would be better to use the branding colors.
For the basket?
Brandy could go
Yeah. Is that a decal?
$20.
But we ordered that. Can we order this later? Or did this have to be ordered at the same time? Or so they can be put on later?
These out here, so I'm looking at,
Yeah.
hey, this is a good idea.
Exactly.
Hey, you did a good job. Well,
Mhm.
let's stop.
But yeah, so you mean the branding around the edge, right? Yeah, and that's fine. But as far as the colors, like all they had, I wasn't a fan of. It was red, white, and blue, which of course is nice. But I prefer here to have it.
Did the white baskets and any color.
Yeah, the
I think
white.
the white's fine.
The white, yeah. I mean, I kind of like the black, but there's no
And then
black.
just put the orange
Yeah,
or
there it
something.
is. Yeah, because they had this black one, but it was a different. It wasn't the right kind. Yeah, and then they could put, and that looks pretty.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
yeah, it's still.
And
sticks.
it won't blend in as much as the black one, but it won't be an eyesore like a,
You don't want to
right. You want to be able to see.
run into it. Want to be better.
Is that? And then this one here shows just a steel center, like with it wasn't colored.
Change it to steel.
But what color is the center?
The post in the
The
middle.
post. Okay, so it's
Oftentimes they'll put
To make it more visible.
yeah, I'm okay without the orange reflector unless it's absolutely necessary. But
yeah, the branding is really easy to do.
is it okay? Generic, yeah. I like I said, I like the black, but that's not available, I guess.
And the payment is really easy. I'll do the.
Okay, so we'll order white baskets from Dynamic this week.
My recommendation would be 12 baskets. Half dozen.
Okay, so I thought our last proposal was 9 baskets and 1 cutting. Is that changed? But the baskets itself, I thought it was 9 and then 1 practice one. Is that changed?
So I just heard 9 and 3 now.
Initially, at the tournament last year, we had 18 baskets. Really, really cool. I thought this one. Basket there. Parts. Play one basket. Have 9 different small markers on the ground. So you even though there are 3 baskets there.
Did Mr. Bowers, did you just mention 3 putting, or did you just mention 1? You just mentioned it. Yeah, I think Silas is aware of an extra 3. So
Okay.
12 baskets of white, and preferably, which is with the stainless steel center, if that's okay. And then we'll work on the branding later.
Do you have any other? Do you know what to do as far as the ordering of this? And
Yeah, I request the board to do the branding out here sooner than later, so we can try to do this,
All at one time?
not in like 5, 6 different stages. Try to get the brand figured out, so things go.
Is that something we can do via email? Like you can? Okay.
Absolutely.
Would you be okay with that? Just deciding.
And then the other thing as well is that.
Yeah.
The other thing that you use parking baskets. Most disc golf courses fall very high.
But I'm sorry, Tom. Again, it's not. I think the intent is not to having to move these around all the time and putting holes in. So I think we would do 6 first, and then wait for the other 3 until the pond is completed, and then we can have the putting course there.
Have the putting course at the same time as the first 6.
Yes, and those would
And
be
do the other
permanent.
3
If
once
we
the
can get a
pond's-
final design, those would be permanent locations.
So how would you do the signage then? Wouldn't the signage change later if you
So
added the
I'm
3?
talking about ordering.
Okay.
So when people are coming through the path here.
So those caution signs don't.
Caution signs.
Okay.
T signs. You put there.
T signs,
What
okay.
I'm saying is the T's, the concrete T pads, the T signs, you don't do that. A good course designer is not going to do that.
Yeah, because it could
That's gonna have a
change.
humongous part.
Yeah, and that says the feet and things like that. I've never like played, but I don't fully understand all of it. But that's gonna have. Yeah, I know it's hard to tell, but
The signs that I'm talking about, I think the caution signs.
okay.
Those people that are playing are looking, making sure they're not throwing. Rings yesterday.
Yeah.
And how do the people know where the T is? Wow. At this point, like.
You do temporary. Okay. There's, for people that are avid disc golfers, there's that's go on UDisc, and if you look at the map of where you start, it'll show you nice. It won't show you orange unless you type in the name orange. Layout is something that. Small temporary signs, basically.
Yeah, because the T signs would indicate how many feet the next, the locate to the next hole, right, or something like that. Okay, so we wouldn't want to do those. But I mean, I don't like to always do things piecemeal. But in this case, I mean, there's a lot of different like programs, and there's something called disc recovery, correct? There's a lot of different programs that help people who are, it's a good therapy for people. It's like any other sport, I'm just in favor of any kind of sports that get people outside and with friends and especially the kids, teenagers. There's nothing for middle schoolers to do except for, drugs. So, I mean, they're home alone and they don't have a lot to do. And I think this is a good way to get kids out of the house, especially, right? And this location would be great near the middle schools and the high schools. And there's just been so many issues with mental and physical health during the last couple of years. I'm all for anything that would push that along.
Yes.
Yeah, really. There's literally very little to do. I mean, if you're not already in a football or whatever, and even those kids might give it a try. Okay, so there's consensus to order 12 baskets.
I was just gonna say, is that what you're looking at then? That look great.
Yeah, what's the name of the company? Dynamics?
Dynamic discs.
Okay, yeah, so should I just read that? Or
Yeah,
or
you want to just type in board disc golf front end list?
yeah, are we ordering 6 signs from there also? Or are they just temporary?
Order from there, or
We'll just say 6 and then we can figure that out.
6 caution signs. Should we specify that?
Well, can I request we leave the name out so that time to make sure we throw that better as well?
Yes.
That's just to order the 12 baskets.
I remember, thanks, I just,
Okay, so how will the decision be made on which vendor we use?
Well, because it's under the $10,000 limit, we should be.
Yeah, but who decides what brand, what vendor?
Well, that's typically the department heads can work with decide on the vendor based on, if you want 12 baskets that are white with signage. If Dynamic just somehow falls through, then we can just order the same thing from
Okay,
the
but I would make sure, we prefer, I think, Dynamics, right? And then if you can't do Dynamics, can you let us know otherwise?
I'm
If
fine
there's
with
another
whatever
vendor.
gives us the best price for the best quality.
Yeah, but I would still want to get a heads up.
Yeah, if you can let us know.
And Dynamic just is our goal, but again, if we specify it here and something falls through, then we have to wait.
Yeah,
for the next
yeah,
meeting,
that's
so-
true. But just, I mean, on the record, my preference would be for that company, or at least let the trustees know if it's changed, so we can check it out. Okay, right, that's right.
Six baskets.
Right, oh, that's, yeah. Okay, so, a consensus.
I was just gonna take, sorry.
So, is it 2209?
Yeah, you just say, do we have consensus? You don't.
Okay.
The numbers are
I-
tracking,
I
sorry.
guess usually you say that. Consensus to order 12 white stainless steel baskets and 6 signs for disc golf course. Is there a consensus?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Okay, next, on the agenda, we have agenda changes. Are there any agenda changes?
I do have one under the consent agenda. I don't have the journal ready for the zoning meetings on September 1st, so we'll have to push that one off.
September
The
1st?
special zoning trustee meeting on September 1st.
So just mark that out.
Yes, I'll put that on the next one. Apologize for that. And then,
I have one for a revised certificate of estimated resources. And actually, I gave you both a copy. It's not a revised certificate of estimated resources. It's actually the 2023 certificate of estimated resources. I have to have this signed and back to the county auditor by October 1st. So if you're not comfortable, because I'm spraying it on you here today, I think it was in the backup. But if you're not comfortable, then we can push to the next meeting, but it would have to be signed there so that we can get it in by the 1st.
I'm okay with that.
Okay,
So-
thank you.
So we just add it to the fiscal?
It'll be under fiscal. Yep,
Is
it's
that-
already in the template.
Is it?
Yeah.
Any other changes?
I don't think so.
Okay, and we're still doing the executive session at the end?
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. Sorry, do you have, sorry, could you come up to the podium, please? Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot to ask if there are more questions from the public or comments. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm really new to this and new to this.
Just give your name and address, please, for the
Oh, I'm
record.
sorry. I'm Laura Darcy. I live at 436 Elliness. So, we're a community of about 55 homes, mostly occupied by Jewish people. And one of the observations we have, getting out of our community and across the street to the walking trail, or actually anywhere along the West Center, is very, very difficult. Traffic goes 45 to 50 miles. Lewis Center, the crosswalks, there's no traffic lights. Feel comfortable crossing the road. And, a lot of people do cross. I don't know if this is the appropriate forum for that. I spoke to a gentleman, I can't remember his name, about roads, and he said that Lewis Center Road is a county road. He said it would help if you were informed about the kind of obstacles we have to halfway along Lewis Center. That's my first. And about how to further that to the people. Get access to some.
And your community is on the south side of Lewis Center, is that correct?
Is the trail only on the north side?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, okay.
There's a sidewalk in front of the community, but
Okay, so so you would like, trying to pull it up here. So you would like some way to cross without, cross safely to the north side. Yeah.
I think my suggestion would be if we could take down your contact information. We are starting to create an active transportation plan, so we'll have several engagement sessions with our community to discuss trail connections and any type of pedestrian safety. So we'll take down, you can connect with Robin Duffy here, and we can keep you updated on that progress.
crossed there several times myself. And
So you said that, what's the name of your development again?
it's called
Hidden Ravines.
Courtyards.
Okay, Carter's. And it looks like that's a pretty, are you talking about like Daybreak Drive or Nature Nook? Yeah. So those are the two main, access points, is what you're saying?
There's only one access.
To the
That's
development?
Daybreak. Yeah.
Daybreak, okay. Right. Is it, Mr. Bowers, is it possible what does the county usually do in situations like that? Can they provide like a crosswalk or something?
I don't know if I can speak to them, how they evaluate where possible. Yes, it was a young development plan in. That's the reason that they did require that kind of crossing in there, but I mean, we'll have a conversation with them to look back and see.
I really appreciate that because cost conscious kind of decision making rather style of the rest.
So it's, because typically if that was a county road, are you saying the county would have required a crosswalk? Or, because during the zoning process, the zoning could not demand or request a crosswalk unless the county agreed.
All I'm saying is probably discussed during kind of review those applications. So,
Mm.
I guess it's a conversation coming to place. Inquire with them, see what they know about it.
Yeah, can you ask? Because I very rarely actually see crosswalks ever discussed at zoning meetings. Very rarely does anyone even think ahead to crosswalks. It just doesn't happen, right?
Yeah, and I don't know
It's
how
very
much we
rare.
can
Yeah,
push it on, especially on a county road.
yeah,
so.
it is a county road.
No,
but
well,
I'm
and
just-
any of our roads, because county engineers oversees that. So
Yeah, so it typically it's not even discussed. Occasionally a member will bring it up, but because the county owns the road, like our zoning, we couldn't have, sometimes we require a crosswalk or something, but we don't really have jurisdiction over that road, so that can't be done unless we have jurisdiction. So it's usually something that's not even discussed, sadly, and many, it really is, yeah.
But now there's so much traffic going on west of 23. Everybody uses Lewis Center Road and more stuff. Construction vehicles. very uncomfortable.
And maybe we could add that to the zoning discussion, because I feel like as we're becoming a slightly more walkable community, that kind of thing is going to be in the future become something that at least could be discussed.
I think that the ATP plan will help with that too. So
This is a misrepresentation. It's going
Yeah, that's just.
25 total homes, that small, fully occupied.
Oh yeah, I think on Google Maps it shows.
this is just on the county auditor's
Yeah,
site.
I didn't even
but-
see that you pulled that up, but yeah, it looks a little bit more complete on Google Maps slightly. Yeah, Silas, if you could check in on that and see what if anything could be done, even if it was just, I don't know.
We will look into
It's a pretty fast. What's the speed limit there? 45.
It's 45, but a lot of teenagers driving out of Wilmington High School, a lot of the dump truck drivers, and to get to work.
It looks like there's a lot.
It's particularly situated so that the only way to go out is across,
Yeah.
because there's a little ravine that goes from property up to Sun Road, so you can't even move a distance away from something that's traffic. Approaching you as it comes up a slight rise, you don't even see it coming straight. I don't mean to over dramatize this, but it's mostly residents that trying to cross that road.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you get anywhere and enjoy it. Partly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I appreciate it. Help and knowledge about meetings that possibly I could attend.
Alright.
So then my other topic, and I'll be brief. We have a lot on my plate. I was going on the website and I saw the park street, which is the website.
That's right.
And were never put in, so I didn't know if, there's a lot of residents there.
So we just actually approved that the last meeting 2 weeks ago, or maybe
Yeah.
2 meetings, was it
2
2
meetings
meetings?
ago, yeah.
quite recently. So those are in the works. So there will be pickleball.
And
They're
when,
coming.
when do you think those will be ready to play on? What was the time frame?
The construction is scheduled to begin in February on North Road Park. There's 2 phases going on simultaneously. There should be weather permitting and supply material permitting. They'll be under construction February through, I believe it's June-ish.
A lot of fun to know.
Yeah, it should be fun. Yeah, it should be fun. So, all right, sure. Thank you. Any
Thank you
more
for coming.
comments from the public? Okay, now we'll go on to, consent. Let's see. So I just make a motion to approve the consent agenda? Is that
Yeah,
it?
resolutions
Oh, there it is.
22-303.
Oh, wait. Okay, so we're moving that. Are they all going to be moved up then?
No,
Are we
there's a number
taking-
change, it's 300 stuff.
It's still there.
Yeah, and
Okay,
I
so
just took
consensus
off
is
the
that.
zoning meeting one on September 1st.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one do I read then?
Just read, you move to approve the consent agenda, including resolution 22-300 and resolution 22-301.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda, which includes resolution 22-300 and 22-301. And 22-300 has been amended to remove the September 1st journals.
Okay.
Is that it?
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes?
Mrs. Faust?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so next we have the development and zoning report. Mr. Duffy?
Good morning, trustees. For the zoning hearings and meetings report, we did have a hearing the previous Thursday, September 1st. There were 2 applications on that agenda. The first was ZON 22-07, the Azar Village application that was continued to July 21st at the request of the applicant. So that is set for our next regular trustee meeting on July 21st. We will be
September 21st.
sorry. I wrote down July. I don't know what happened there. Thank you. I know where I am and when I am. We will be sending out new notices to the to the residents for that application. And then the other application on that evening's agenda was the ECH Pathways Agenda ZON-22-08 that was approved by the board. This coming Thursday, September 8th at 6:30, we do have a rezoning application with the Zoning Commission. Zoning application ZON-22-09 for a rezoning for approximately 24 acres from single-family planned residential to a new single-family planned residential district named Aurora Farms. I don't want to get into the weeds on this, but I will say that one of our comments to the developer provided by Mr. Bowers was that they install a pedestrian crossing on North roads. Pedestrian safety is something that I think Mr. Bowers and I are both very passionate about, and something we are trying to look at more with zoning applications in the future.
And which road is that on?
So North Road, so it would be right where Michelle's cursor is at their main entrance there.
Okay, it's at the Township Road, right?
Yes.
So that we can force them to do that.
Yes.
Good job.
Next Tuesday, September 13th, we have another zoning commission meeting. It is a untabled application, previous application ZON-22-06 for a proposed car wash facility at the corner of US 23 and Lewis Center Road. And then next Thursday, September 15th, we have a Board of Zoning Appeals meeting. There's one application on that evening's agenda to construct a house essentially on 3 small parcels. So it would reduce the side yard setbacks on those 3 parcels.
Is that everything?
That is all.
All right, thank you. All right, next we have the operations report. You have anything on there?
I do not.
No? Okay. Next, then we have fire report, Chief.
Morning, trustees. For you, I have the finally got together for. I talked a couple meetings ago about our desire to rent gear for our part-time members since they come and go if they get jobs, full-time jobs, and also the fact that the sizes makes it difficult if you buy a gear right out. And we could basically we could spend 4 years having a person in 8 members in for 4 years renting is $32,000 compared to buying $32,000 up front. So we got the agreement in front of you, worked, sent through legal and everything. With Phoenix, we currently do work with Phoenix. They do provide all our gear right now. They come, they fit our members, and they also are the ones that bring our gear. They bring our loaners when they're doing their inspections. So they also inspect our gear. So we already do work with Phoenix quite a bit. This is just an add-on to be able to rent monthly.
And how much does it cost if we were to purchase for one firefighter?
$4,000 now if you were to purchase everything.
How much money do you think this will save?
Well, basically, I could, like I said, I could spend 4 years if I was to hire 8 part-time individuals right now. I could spend 4 years. It would be $32,000, where I'd have to spend $32,000 up front. If they leave, say 3 of them leave, and I can't find anything to fit, if people come, I can't just trade that gear back in. It's
Substantially different sometimes,
yes.
right?
So that's the big thing for us is it'll allow us to, as people leave, all we do is contact them, and if we get a new part-time member, they just come fit them, and they just take it. It keeps
Trade
going.
out.
Yep. There's no issue with the gear, and then they'll make sure gear right now for 10 years. You get to buy new gear because it expires after 10 years. So this will help with that for the part-timers until we eventually, hopefully, down the road somewhere.
When you hire a part-timer, do you order their gear immediately?
So Yes and no. So we've been lucky enough to have, we had some extra gear in our storage for a while that we were able to give out to people fit. However, that we do have some that were shorter, some bigger individuals that we did actually have to purchase gear in the past. So
Because they could resign and then you just have
And
that.
we're stuck with it.
Yeah.
then we're stuck with it. Either we try to hire someone with that same exact physique, or which is not going to happen.
Sounds discriminatory.
Yeah. So
Nobody hires short people.
yeah, I don't think legal would like that. So or HR.
Oh, yes, okay, I like that. Okay, so you think it will save money over the long term?
So so we'll end up saving money because then we won't have much gear sitting around that no one can use.
And do they rent used gear, but yet it falls within the 10 years?
Yes.
period?
So the company, they're the ones that do all the inspections and our cleaning. So they do all that stuff. So yes, they make sure that the gear is ready to go. They come repair any gear that is damaged, and they won't rent gear unless it is in full specs that we need.
Okay, yeah. I've been in the gear a couple times, and it was very hard because I'm kind of short to find anything to fit me. So I can relate to that a little bit. Okay, that sounds great. I like it. Was that your idea?
Kind of other talking.
Everybody,
We have chief meetings and some people bring it up. So
yeah, that's a great idea. I didn't even know that existed.
thank you.
Okay, I make a motion to approve Resolution 22-302, approving an agreement with Phoenix Safety Outfitters.
Second.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes.
Mrs. Knapp?
Yes. Thank you. Okay, next we have fiscal officer report.
Okay, this first one is a little messy. This is in regards to the Rumpke performance bond that we have had on the books. You see it on the bank statement, every bank reconciliation report every month. It's like $10,300-ish is what the balance is. And trying to figure out what it relates back to. It relates back to a performance bond that was put into place back in 2015. And this was part of the contract with Rumpke that was required. And back in 2017, the board, Ms. Knapp, I think you were part of that, voted to return that performance bond, but it never happened.
I'm surprised.
So this
that was before you were here.
Yes,
I just note for the record.
For me, thank you. So this is getting that off of the books. So and returning that money to Rumpke. And per the agreement, they also get all interest earned on it, so they'll get the entire balance. So
Because they had actually requested, they sent us a letter, I think, asking for the money.
yeah,
back, right?
after we figured it out, we're
Years
like,
ago.
we said, they did send a
Years
letter.
ago, yeah.
Years ago, we had them resend another letter requesting it. Just
I guess they
kinda
forgot
clean
too.
things up.
I guess they forgot.
They forgot also, but I
What's
want
it
it
at?
off my books.
Is it still $10,000?
It's like $10,300, $10,295, something like
Oh,
that.
that'd be good. It'd
So,
be good to get that off though.
Yes.
It's kind of nice.
Once again, just trying to clean everything up a little bit at a time here.
It'll take forever.
We appreciate that.
Thank you. The next one is just adding our new events and communications coordinator, getting her a credit card. Then the resolution after that is the one that I mentioned during the public meeting or public agenda changes, that it's not revising and or increasing permanent appropriations. I actually handed you the revised one, which is actually just accepting the 2023, I can't believe I'm saying that, accepting the 2023 Certificate of Estimated Resources. So that'll change already because it doesn't include the Veterans Memorial Fund, but we have to at least accept you guys have to publicly accept the initial certificate so that we can appropriate things here in another couple months. Okay? And then last, that was two real. Then the next is energy prices are up, electricity bills are up, and our dental insurance has been running a little higher than we expected. So changes to our current certificate of estimated resources. We're moving more money into our electricity budget and into dental, and we're taking that from contingency for both general, fire, and parks. Any questions?
No, I have none.
Okay. Fantastic.
So let's Can make a motion to approve resolution 22-303 to return the performance cash deposit to Rumpke.
Second?
Mrs. Faust?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes. Make a motion to approve resolution 22-304, authorize fiscal officer to obtain a credit card for Sydney Herbert.
Second?
Mrs. Faust?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes. And make a motion to approve resolution 22-305, revising and or increasing permanent appropriations.
Second?
Mrs. Faust?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes. And what, is it the last
This is,
one?
yeah.
Okay. Resolution, I make a motion to approve resolution 22-306, accepting and approving a revised certificate of resources.
Second?
Actually, can you read the one that I had printed out for you?
Yeah.
That one.
This one here?
Yep.
Oh, estimators, okay. So is it still 306?
It's still 306.
Okay, let's see, resolution, I make a motion to approve resolution 22-306, accepting and approving a revised certificate of resources.
Should say the 2023 Certificate of Resources of Estimated
Where's this at?
Resources.
One at the top.
Right.
Oh, I'm holding it, oh, jeez. Okay. There we go, okay, for the third time. Resolution, make a motion to approve resolution 22-306, accepting and approving the 2023 Certificate of Estimated Resources.
Second?
Mrs. Faust?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Sorry for the confusion on that one.
Is that the last?
That's
item
it.
There, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and let's see, next, we have the administrative report.
Yes, I just have one item under the administrative report, and it's just to ask the board for consensus to hold at the disc golf tournament this October for Tom West.
Okay. Is there a consensus?
That's fine.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
And that's all I have for the agenda before, prior to our 2 executive sessions.
Okay, so no old business and no new business. Okay, make a motion to approve resolution 22-307, enter into executive session and invited our
I
attorney.
think, sorry, Ms. Knapp, I think we have to read all of that under the
Oh, the whole thing?
agenda.
You have to read it?
Yes.
Okay. Make a motion to enter into executive session to A, pursuant to RC 121.22G3, to conference with an attorney for the township concerning a dispute involving the township that is the subject of pending court action, and B, pursuant to RC 121.22G8, for the purpose of considering confidential information related to the marketing plan, specific business strategy, production techniques, trade secrets, or personal financial statements of an applicant for economic development assistance that is directly related to a request for economic development assistance that is to be provided or administered under RC 715-5709.73 through 5709.75 and or RC 715. The executive session is necessary to protect the interests of the applicant or the possible investment or expenditure of public funds to be made in connection with the proposed economic development project. Those invited to attend executive session are Ms. Bonnie, Ms. Kraft, legal counsel, and
A fire chief and HR.
fire chief and HR. Is that everybody?
Second?
Mrs. Faust?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes. Okay.
Starts tomorrow, right?
Yes, she does.
Tomorrow's Wednesday. I can all
Almost
screw
as
that
bad
up.
as mine. No one compares to me.
Can I have that when you're done?
Yeah, no,
so I
it's
can type
fine.
it in the journal.
All right, we are back. What resolution number are we on? Sorry.
308.
I'll tell you in a minute. We are on 308.
Okay, make a motion to resolution 22-308, return to regular session.
Second?
Mrs. Faust?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes. Okay, and so this is 309.
Yes.
Okay, make a motion to approve resolution 22-309 to number one, not appeal case number 21 CAE 70033 to have Captain Hodges, Lieutenant Martin, and Firefighter Belleville return to work the week of pay period beginning September 21st, 2022. And 3, take all action necessary to comply with the arbitration decision.
Second?
Mrs. Faust?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes. And I would just like to state for the record that we are going to be bringing these 3 firefighters back per the court decision, and that I'm hopeful that our entire fire department, with the leadership of our chief, will be able to get along and try their hardest to move beyond this situation that occurred. So I have high hopes for the department moving forward. Okay. Any other business? Okay, make a motion to approve resolution 22-310, right? Let's see, meeting adjournment?
Second?
Mrs. Faust?
Yes.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes. That's it. Oh. Meeting adjourned.